Hey, you all, welcome back to the channel. And guys, today I want to talk about the price of Electroneum. So, we are finally seeing Electroneum kind of take a dip. It's down 11.48% at the time of the making of this video. So, we're in a little small bit of a price decline. If we look at where Electroneum's come from, it came from half a penny all the way up to around where it's at now, about 2 cents. So you're still looking at Electroneum like 4 times where it was several weeks back, and that's amazing. That's still very incredible. Now, due to the fact we are in this slight price decline, it might cause some people to get a bit thing is, when something starts moving up and everything's going right, people oftentimes expect that to keep happening. Only it doesn't quite work that way. How I look at this right now is this is an opportunity for me. Electroneums are almost about to hit almost close to 3 cents a few weeks back, and now it's back to just under 2 cents. But that could signal another possible great opportunity here in the short term. And so we're in the month of October. Many of us are still waiting to hear some news about the marketing campaign. There have been some rumors circulating that I haven't been able to verify. So you have to take it with a grain of salt that some people say it's been moved up to November. I honestly, at this point, do not know. I've been out all day. But if that's the case, and if that's affecting the price, then, and it's November, generally around the end of the year, we generally get a push up in the overall cryptocurrency market. There's a lot of other things happening across the cryptocurrency market that I think overall is probably going to be positive for all cryptocurrencies. However, we know that there's a lot of positive news coming out of the Electroneum camp at some time. We're not out of the month of October yet. We still got plenty of time, guys. So don't know specifically when. They could have been speaking the end of the month. Could have been anything like that. But I think getting an update on this price and me looking at the charts here, I think this represents a good opportunity for us to possibly, even, well, what I'm going to probably end up doing is picking up more Electroneum because I'm seeing this all as opportunity. There have been some other news about some possible reasons the price could have dipped. The instant payment, was probably the biggest catalyst for it. And, not a whole lot of information or news coming out of the camp since then. We got to see these stores in Egypt implementing, and it's been several people implementing the instant payment processor. But this is a phenomenal product that Electroneum has going, and I just feel like it kind of went over a lot of people's heads. Still, I don't think it quite created the enormous weight that it carried, right? And so I think it kind of got a little bit, I don't want to say it got pushed on the rug. It obviously significantly pushed the price up Electroneum like 5 times from where it was at. But the weight of it across the cryptocurrency market, the gravity of it is what I'm trying to say. It probably, I don't think, quite hit everybody like it should. However, we could see the massive effect from the positions we moved on our rankings, and so to me, looking at this is still very amazing. If you would have told me last month that we were going to go up 5 times in value from where we were at half a penny, I probably would have had a little trouble really believing that completely. I would have thought to see, much like how Mr. Richard Ailes felt, I think I would have thought to have seen that increase be a little bit more gradual and over time. Maybe see it double, double in value maybe every month or something like that. But I wasn't expecting to see it just jump, 5 times like that over and still holding pretty good. This could recover at any point in time. But for me, guys, this means it's a chance to pick up even more of this Electroneum. Another conversation I found that was interesting going on is I just keep seeing this number pop up a lot in the comment sections of the video, and that's the number $1 that a lot of people say, oh, we can kind of see Electroneum going to $1. That's a nice $1 always sounds and looks good. Of course, for Electroneum, that would mean something like about a 50 times increase. Now, just think about that. I don't think we don't think about what that means. Just think about if something goes up, if an investment goes up 50 times, that's like time for you to retire. Even if you got like a little bit of, you don't have to have a whole lot of money in Electroneum. If it goes up 50 times to, so let's see, what would that be? Like, let's see, for the 50 times, if it went up and you had like $1,000 in Electroneum, you're looking at $50,000, right? $50,000 if you had like, only like 200 bucks in, that's like 20 grand. I mean, that's just awesome. This is just awesome amounts of profits on very small investments. 50 times, guys. Really gotta let that sink in. So a lot of people keep saying, oh, $1, but really in reality, guys, you don't really need the price of Electroneum to jump to $1 for many of us to be in a very good position. I mean, even if you got 1,000 and it went up 10 times, would have put it around 20 cents. Places it's been before, that's, you're at 10 grand right there. And if you got a little bit more to spare in there, obviously you're even in a much better situation, right? But some people believe that $1 might be a bit too optimistic. Here's the thing, guys. This is a very unpredictable market. Electroneum has a circulating supply of about 8 billion, right? 8 billion. So, as we near the year's end, I'm not saying that it'll hit $1. I'm only saying that it is very difficult to calculate this because it's going to be hard to know going into next year what's going to happen to the cryptocurrency markets. There are things going on in the regulatory bodies, and as I think the cryptocurrency space starts to get more in this hand-in-hand relationship with the regulatory bodies across the world, I actually think it's going to help the price of cryptocurrency. In a very weird way, many of the very early notions of what cryptocurrency should be about, totally decentralized, which were great ideas. They were great ideas when it started early on, and for what it meant. But the reality of it too is that when things get regulated and people are transferring a lot of money, we're talking about billions of trillions of dollars, guys. We're not talking about like grassroots people with a few $1,000 someplace and they lose it and life goes on. We're talking about big institutions. For them to get involved, big partnerships and things like that, they're gonna want some protection, with their money. They're not gonna want to have billions and trillions of dollars locked up and nobody's responsible, nobody's accountable. It just doesn't realistically work that way. But because this hand-in-hand relationship is going on now with the regulatory bodies, and as we move out towards the end of the year, we could see people more confident with injecting huge amounts of capital, right? Trillions of dollars. If we can, possibly see in the cryptocurrency markets, several $1 trillion come in. These things are very difficult to determine what they can reach or what they can't reach. And so that's something to consider. Now, obviously, I'm not, going pie in the sky. We're going to see, just off the chain. We've heard some very way out there predictions. I made a few myself, pretty much at the top of the scale level, trying to get as close and compromise as close as I could to some of these high predictions and all possibility. But, realistically, I think at this point in stage, you will have to see a huge amount of capital injection to the cryptocurrency markets. We're talking possibly $7 trillion to see. Now, you might go, oh, that's impossible. But remember, when Bitcoin hit around $20,000, we were near $1 trillion in the cryptocurrency market. And those are very minor predictions for Bitcoin. You still got people, talking about money coming into the cryptocurrency space north of 50K per Bitcoin and various things like that. And obviously the reason that matters is people are going to sell out of Bitcoin and they're going to get into something else to make a bunch of money somewhere else. And some other altcoin, they're going to start to pull up all these other altcoins, right? There'll be more money flowing. So if you got several $1 trillion in the cryptocurrency market, saying Electroneum can hit $1 or whatever your prediction is, I think becomes quite plausible. But that's all contingent upon what we're going to get at the end of the year. How are people going to feel about, how are the big institutions going to feel about the cryptocurrency space? I can tell you from what I'm hearing, getting to the end of the year, if I look at it now and if you go back few years back, how the regulatory bodies feel about cryptocurrency now is a great deal different than how they felt back then. They are much more accepting, and it seems they are trying to figure out ways to get involved, right? And we covered that a little bit in my last video, but my prediction is you're going to see more and more of that. You're going to see people finding ways to get their 401k plans holding Bitcoins, right? And that's very important because it's one thing when you got to convince people to buy cryptocurrency and how to handle wallets and they're skeptical and they're afraid and it's a scam and they don't know what's going on over here and who's doing what. It's a totally different story when they're invested in cryptocurrency and they still don't know what's going on. It's similar to what happens with your 401k plan. You're invested in the stock market, but you're not managing anything. You're not managing any portfolio. You're not aware of anything. All you know is your employer match you for what you put into the 401k plan, and you're supposed to get some money at retirement, provided the thing doesn't crash. So when you start moving into territories like that, it becomes very difficult to make these what maybe we would call level-headed predictions. And it's very difficult to guess what the future may bring. But anyway, guys, that's all I want to say about this update on the Electroneum price today. That, to me, I see this as a full opportunity. It's down 11% today. To me, that means I'm up 11, 20, 30, 100% tomorrow. Because my opinion, and it's just my opinion, again, you have to do your own research. Don't blame me. Don't sue me if you make an investment and it doesn't go your way and you hop out too soon and you lose money. No, you have to be responsible. You have to do research. But what we can be clear on and what we can agree on and what is factual is that Electroneum has been in a situation like this before where we've seen it go down. It went way down, it's come back up. And that's a fact. That's not a guess. Now, you can take that information and you can do whatever you want with it and look at it. But me personally, it means for me, it's a good opportunity to buy, pick it up a few percentages cheaper, and I'll be able to cash those in later. So, guys, that's all I want to say today about this Electroneum. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe. And until next time, guys, take care.